Welcome to the game that we have all been waiting for, the 2017 National Collegiate Paintball Association Championships. The game going down right now. Two Florida teams, no surprise there. Florida always represents strong here at the championships. The University of Central Florida Knights going to be taking on the FAU Owls and Catfish. Both these teams fought really hard to get here. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Kevin Catfish Arcilla, former world champion, the Los Angeles Ironmen. And this game could be special. Central Florida has been playing outstanding, phenomenal off-the-break shots. Now, FAU, they know these guys. They know exactly what they've been doing. But it's been tough. FAU had to scrap to get here, and Central Florida only really had one hard game, and it was against the Temple Owls in the semifinals. So they got their tough fight. Both these teams are tuned up and ready to go, and I'd also like to introduce the third member of our broadcast team, Lauren Kelly, who has a little bit more info about this matchup.
Thanks, Maddie. Like you said, this is going to be an exceptional match. UCF has been undefeated to this point. No team has been able to shut them down completely. Now, FAU did lose one match in the prelims against Drexel, but they said they've talked over their problems a lot, especially penalties. They need to stay out of the box. Now, FAU is going to be looking for Evans off that break. They want to shut down their snake side. UCF, however, is going to be keying up on Corbin Robson and Ansfeld. They know that those are the MVPs for those teams, so they want to make sure they shut them down as quickly as possible so they can take an early advantage. Zach Doherty, he is coaching UCF. He told me they have been waiting for this finals match for 3 years. These guys are all good friends. They help each other on the sidelines, in the pits here, give each other advice when they're not playing each other. So this finals match is going to be a big rivalry. Back to you.
So Catfish, we have about 3 minutes to go before the start of this first point. Let's talk about some of the MVPs from these two teams, and let's start out with Corbin Robson from FAU. What have you seen that Corbin Robson is doing well out there this weekend?
Well, the thing I'm seeing a lot is Corbin Robson is going to that stand-up can behind the W. No other team is doing that.
So much we started calling that the Robson can.
Yeah, the Robson can. I mean, he's playing that masterfully. I mean, no other team is playing it that way. He shuts down the snake side on there. He's been shooting consistently 2 players from that side right there.
Yeah, Corbin Robson has been having an outstanding tournament. Really nice kid. I really like that guy, and I really love how he's playing out here. He's playing chess out there.
Yeah.
A really great performance from Corbin Robson, and there he is on your screen. But let's not forget about the MVP from the semifinals, Richard Ansbraw. Richard Ansbraw, we called him Mr. Consistent last year. I'm calling him Mr. Consistent 1 because Corbin Robson's Mr. Consistent 2. But if it wasn't for Ansbraw pulling off that 1-on-2, two guys versus him, just him out there by himself, and he pulled it to a 1-on-1, and then he won the 1-on-1 to get FAU to this spot. Also on FAU, can't forget about Lutens, who's been playing up in that center, and also Kevin Cuthbert. He's going to be in a red jersey. He's actually wearing one of his buddies' jerseys. And then Nick Lavallee as well. So now let's talk about UCF. We can't talk about UCF without mentioning Brandon Evans. So Catfish, let's break down his performance this weekend.
I mean, what can I say? Brandon Evans is all over the field. He's been in the snake. He's been in Doritos. He's been in the 50 wall. I mean, that guy is a star. They need to put him where he needs to be, where they're doing the most damage. I mean, I foresee him in the snake today.
Well, before we get into this, let's check in with Lauren Kelly, and she is down with Doherty.
Hey guys, I have Nicholas Girardi here. Now, going into this match, you guys are a little bit the underdog. UCF is favored above you guys, but you've been playing scrappy, you've been playing strong. Going into this match, knowing how UCF has performed this weekend, what did you guys feel you really need to focus on, or how is team morale going into this?
We just have to go punch for punch with them. The start of these matches have been really close. We have our starters out there. We have 3 amazing paintball players just going punch for punch every single point. And before the tournament, they said they are playing every single point. And the word is scrappy for sure.
So are we going to see you guys try to match some aggression, or do you think this is going to be slower points? People are going to be more timid to make moves early on.
Well, we'll see. It's paintball. A million things could happen.
I guess we can't predict. All right, thank you so much. Good luck to FAU. We'll have to see who gets this first point. Back to you guys.
Well, he's not trying to give away any of their plans, is what he's trying to do. Well, there's no secret what got Central Florida to this particular moment in this championship game, and it's their off-the-break shots and their great gunfighting ability. And FAU knows what's coming. They have to try to live on the break, and sure enough, they go with a conservative game plan. in this first point. Heavy guns off the break, just like UCF. So 2 similar game plans, but the first team to drop a body is UCF. But you know what, though? UCF made it out wide, and there goes Corbin Robson, gets destroyed trying to get out from doubling up that back center temple.
It looks like UCF is into snake first, going to snake 1, going to snake 2, right into snake 50. Looking to get that cross. That's a perfect position right now for the Knights.
Bedford for the Knights right here.
Oh, he's going to shut that whole side of the field down.
Well, he's definitely if he can get his gun up here, he's got to load a pot up here. And then FAU makes a nice counter move, but Bedford gets a shot on him.
I think Evans backing him up got that
But
shot.
another body comes off that D side for UCF, so these teams throwing bodies away back and forth. And there goes another body coming off for UCF. Bedford has to do damage control, put his gun towards that Dorito side of the field as the push coming for FAU up on that side.
Oh, Evan getting clapped up right behind Bradford. Looking like we got Luton here filling in the snake stand-up, looking for that shot on Bradford.
And it was the other standout, one of the other standout players, Thomas Ryan, who's been such a wrecking ball on that D side of the field, pretty much all over the place. But Bedford gets taken out because he was forced to put his gun towards Ansborough and also Thomas Ryan. So, you know, we just heard the word scrappy used to describe FAU and their performance to get him to this championship match, and that was a scrappy point for them right there against again, FAU is the underdogs here. UCF definitely the favorites, but FAU, the way that they played that scramble ball, when things start breaking down and all of a sudden the game plan is gone, there's no game plan anymore.
Yeah, out the door.
You are just playing off of your wits and off of your ability to read and have situational awareness and read that field, and that's exactly what Thomas Ryan and Richard Ansborough did there. They lost bodies, then they shot a couple guys. UCF was losing bodies, and Bedford made a big move, but unfortunately it was he didn't have enough guys over here on the snake side of the field with him.
Cody Luton was right here on the snake side, keeping him at bay, and fortunately for the Owls, they had both those players alive at the end.
Solid point, solid first point for FAU. That was impressive to see. And so here on the replay, you can see there's Kevin Cuthbert. He's getting there, and he just gets clipped, getting out a little too wide. If he had just got in there instead of try to get that stream down, and there is Bedford, the last player left alive over here. He'd made a great move to get to that position and got a kill, but unfortunate for him, everybody died around him, and you can't do it by yourself. So there goes Brandon Evans, star for Central Florida, as he took the early walk and died. And then in the first point, so he's going to need to step it up.
There's Ryan and Luton for the Owls.
Really like how Luton's has been playing that center all weekend long. So look for Luton's to go up into the center. They had a conservative breakout, heavy guns, which was the same breakout that UCF had, though UCF did risk a body out wide snake side. He made it. So what game plan are these teams going to run here? I'm guessing we're probably going to see a lot of conservative game plans from FAU because they're scared of those guns off the break, and rightfully so. So what they need to do is roll those guns, try to get a kill themselves, and then make it out through those lanes into their secondary positions, which they were mostly able to do in that first point, other than Corbin getting shot. So on the breakout,
Corbin coming to his bunker in the middle. Evans mirroring it.
Looks like
Corbin wins that battle against Evans, shooting Evans out.
Brandon Evans having a hard go of it here, starting out this finals. 2 early deaths for him. UCF also loses a body on that D side, but it looks like Thomas Ryan for the FAU Owls is also taking the walk.
Looks like we got Corbin went straight into the wall. Look for him to come snake side right now, try to find that shot on the tower right behind Snake.
Yeah, Robson in good position up at that center 50. He's looking snake side, trying to keep UCF from making that move. And then UCF is going to move a body over from the stand-up temple to the mini wall.
We got Kevin Cuthbert also coming in, looking to get into the snake, going to stand up.
But both Thomas Ryan and Corbin Robson both dying out of their spots here. So 2 of the big killers for FAU come off. It's even on the body count. It's 3-on-3, 7:27 to go here in this first half.
Looks like you have Kevin Cuthbert trying to figure out what he needs to put, or who he needs to put in to get into the snake. He's talking to his coach right now. UCF player takes one in the goggles right behind Snake, which opens the door for Kevin Cuthbert.
Bad death. And where did that shot come from? I think that was the stand-up.
That was
Luton's.
Yeah, Luton's.
Luton's in the center.
And
so
here comes Cuthbert straight into Snake 1, going into Snake 2, possibly going to Snake 50. Yes, he does.
nothing stopping Cuthbert,
man.
and he does exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation, which is push down and get into a good position when no one's putting pressure on you. So nice work again on the scramble with that. When as soon as if FAU, okay, FAU up 2-0 right now, Catfish, but what I'm seeing out of the Owls. A lot of times the game is decided by the break. However, these are the two best teams here. So it's not just the break. Both teams are losing bodies early. It's the players that are making the smarter decisions, inner bunker, inner point. That's why FAU has 2 points on the board and why Central Florida is pitching a goose egg so far right now.
Here's Luton. Here's that shot Luton had on this player right here. Gogged. Thanks for playing. The exits to your right.
That was Cheatham. He wasn't here yesterday. He had to go work yesterday, unfortunately, but he is back, and he did play well on Friday. Yeah, so 6 minutes and 51 seconds left to go, and it's been pretty much all FAU Owls. The score 2-0, the underdogs with a 2-point lead, and we're going to be right back after this.
What up, guys? Brad McCurley, BC Dallas, and Empire Paintball here. Going to show you guys the new Vanquish GT. The main new feature with the Vanquish GT is going to be the V16 drivetrain that's on the interior of it. This is your new bolt system. Go ahead and pop that out. So this is it. This is the new V16 drivetrain. We've filled a lot of the air release valve holes, so you don't see that on the back of the can anymore. And what that's going to do for you is going to put a increased amount of pressure on the forward motion of the bolt. You're actually able to drop your dwell down significantly as well as your ABS dwell down, so it makes it more efficient and a much softer shot as well. So the spring is what used to help with the forward motion of the bolt, so we wouldn't have the bolt stick. But now, because of the change in the engine altogether, we do not need the spring whatsoever. You'll see the new colors coming in. These are actually on the way right now. They're sharp.
Welcome back. We are in the final matchup here at NCPA Championships. And it looks like we have an update with Lauren Kelly about UCF.
In the pits, Kirkuk came off for UCF saying that they need to get out wide and stop making bumps. Just get out wide, stay in your bunkers, and let FAU run into their paint. We'll see if they can do that.
Well, right now, both teams losing a body off the break, and one of the big killers for FAU takes another early walk. Corbin Robson not really having a good final matchup. Lucky for him, the rest of his boys are picking it up. Brandon Evans for UCF, he finally stays alive. Catfish, yeah, he's in Snake 2.
Oh, man, UCF losing that wall player. That's a crucial loss for them right there. Looks like the Owls have a D3 field. Possibly, it looks like we have the Knights trying to shift over to the D side.
Well, Catfish, I don't think anyone's picked up Brandon Evans, and sure enough, he gets a free kill on Loons in the back center. So somebody, you got to check off on your lanes and expect it. There's a decent chance the Snake is going to be hot, and Brandon Evans gets a free kill.
Yeah, we got Cuthbert coming over to the Snake side to contend with Brandon Evans. He's trying to get that crossfield shot on the little temple on the Dorito side. Does he get him? No, ref says he's clean.
FAU hanging tough here.
Oh man, two players on the Dorito side for FAU, Dorito 2, Dorito 3. We have a player also from FAU at the stand-up temple.
Well, this
right
is
behind the Snake.
The stand-up temple, which I believe is Cuthbert, Kevin Cuthbert.
Yeah, yes.
Kevin Cuthbert needs to stay alive right now.
Yeah.
It's just him on this Snake side, and Brandon Evans is looking around Snake 2 and has a bead on him. So he's got to be really careful and let his guys. There's 2 players on the D side right now for FAU, but Brandon Evans is just lasered in right now on this lane. You can see, and he has not dropped this lane, and it looks like Cuthbert's trying to head check with him.
Yeah, he can't peek out like that. If he gets shot here, Evans, that's clear rain and Snake.
Well, it's 3-on-3, so it's even on the body count, but a little bit better field position for UCF here as Brandon Evans is now making his move to the 50-yard line, and he's going to look Snake side now. Cuthbert realizes that Evans is taking the pressure off him, and nobody's shooting at Cuthbert over from the D side. But also, no one on the D side knows that Brandon Evans has made it to the 50-yard line, and that's up to Cuthbert. Cuthbert has to yell this code cross-field. He needs to be screaming, hey, Brandon Evans is in the 50-yard line. Let's put some pressure on him.
It looks like Ansberg has picked him up, and he's starting to put paint on center 50 at the Snake side. Oh, Ansberg just gets clipped. D3, and the whole D side for FAU has just collapsed.
Yeah, and Ansbach caught a couple extra bonus balls. It leaves just Cuthbert left alive here. And the 3 players left alive for the Knights are sharking down the field to try to take out Cuthbert, and they're going to do it. So now 1-2 is going to be the score, and what a huge point for the Knights and a huge point for Brandon Evans finally staying alive and getting some production out of him as he died early for the first 2 points. And FAU is going to need a little bit more out of Coben Robson right now.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Consistent is not being so consistent right now.
Not in the finals. I mean, he's the big reason that they got here. But then also to watch both Thomas Ryan and Richard Ansbrough both die out of their spots pretty much at the same time on that D side of the field.
Yeah.
Not good for FAU.
Definitely not. But you know what's beautiful about both these teams, Maddie? If one star is not producing, there's a supporting cast right behind them that is producing.
We always talk about the depth, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, when you're looking at this first couple points for Florida Atlantic University Owls, Corbin hasn't really been doing much. Hit or miss for Luton's. Thomas Ryan also hit or miss. Well, that's why this is close. Everyone's hit or miss right now. Let's check out this replay. And there is the move in the center. And he just walks right into that lane from Ansbrough. But unfortunately for Ansbrough, he ends up getting shot. And then there is Cuthbert wearing his buddy Galea's jersey. And he's got his head on a swivel. I mean, which is ideal. I mean, you do want your head on a swivel in this situation. You got to be careful on those head checks. But you're looking at 3 bodies and not able to get it done.
Yeah, that bunker gets real small.
Look at Brandon Evans now taking the field and, you know, really emerging as the star for the Knights in the prelims and as the guy that was, I'd say, probably their most consistent guy, but was not getting it done in the first 2 points, and he was walking off with frustration and shaking his head, but really stepped up that last point. And there is Robson, who was also struggling. So the 2 stars for these teams, Evans and Robson. Evans getting a little bit better, or a little bit better showing here in the finals. So Corbin's going to need to shake it off, right, Catfish?
Yeah, definitely. That's the difference between these players. I mean, what you do after you stumble, you pick yourself up, or do you keep stumbling?
Hey, it's easy to be a good guy when everything's going your way.
Yeah, exactly.
The true test is when things are not going your way.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 1 second to go. A 1-point lead for the Owls. Let's see if they can hold on. Brandon Evans running up there, left-hand side of your screen to the stand-up, and it looks like this time Thomas Ryan. So Thomas Ryan struggling here as he dies early, and they also lose
the corner back bunker, yeah. No, I believe Luton's still in.
Yeah, it's not Luton's. We'll see who it is in a second. Oh, no, that's Lavoli.
Lavoli, that's right. It looks like we have Evans at the 50 wall, and that's exactly where FAU does not want him right now.
Well, the Knights are just pushing hard and heavy on that D side. They have 4 bodies from the center over to the D side of the field and just 1 over here on the Snake side. So that is where the push is coming from. They're only looking at 3 bodies left alive for the Owls.
5 strong Knights.
And now they double stack the center. Everyone's still alive, just 3 bodies, and locked in the pocket for the Owls. And they're not going to be able to go anywhere. They're going to have to get a kill from there. With 2 bodies at that center 50, both looking each way, it's going to be impossible for the Owls to get out wide without getting a kill.
Oh, definitely not. Looks like look for the Knight here at the Snake to jump in there. Coach talking to him. Darty trying to joystick him in there.
2 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first half. It's a close game.
We got the first Knights coming off. There's 2 Knights coming off the Doritos side.
This is the kills we were talking about. FAU able to even up this body count. Oh, but then Luton throws his body away. Luton's going to sleep on the insert bunker on the Snake side and takes a step out and gets blasted in the face. But then Evans gets shot out too, and Evans looks at the guy and says, hey, nice shot to Corbin Robson. They're going to do a little high five there. So Corbin Robson and Brandon Evans trade with each other. I think it's a 2-on-2 situation. No, just 1-on-2. So in that bloodbath.
It's Ansbrough.
It is Ansbrough.
But he gets
Ansbrough not able to get it done here this time. Couldn't win this 1-on-2. And we're going to have a tie ball game. Wow, what a crazy point, Catfish. First, it was a 5-on-3 in favor of the Knights. Then FAU steps up and gets 2 kills in a row on the D side. So it was 3-on-3. And then Evans trades out to 2-on-2. And then a quick kill from the UCF ended up with just Ansbrough left alive in the back corner bunker. Richard couldn't pull off this crazy low body situation, and it's tied at 2.
Oh, dude, it's crazy out there right now. I mean, Evans doing what he needs to do. He needs to get in there and cause trouble. You know, he's trading out, and he traded out with Carbon. I mean, who else do you want to trade out with, you know, on that side?
Well, it is fitting that it was Robson and Evans trading out with each other, and they knew it too. Evans looked at him and gave him the thumbs up as he was running off, and Coben was looking at him. He shook his head and they went by each other and gave a little high five. So let's check in with Lori Kelly with FAU.
Hey guys, Corbin Robson is really trying to lead FAU here to a win. As soon as he comes off the field and the point is over, he's the first one to say what's going on, who was the first one killed. He's really trying to analyze what's happening on the field so they can take this game back and get another lead.
Well, sometimes it's not just what you do on the field, it's that in-pit communication, giving confidence to your guys, trying to figure out what went wrong, what went right. Was the game plan working? Should we change our angles up? And you can see the replay here at the end of this point, and there was Ansbro in the back corner bunker, and nothing he could do this time. Is, you know, if you're the one and you're looking at two bodies in front of you, you're really hoping somebody makes a mistake, because that's what it's going to take for you to pull off in that situation. And the Knights just closed it out clean. So tie ball game right now, 2 minutes and 4 seconds left to go. 2 points for each team. As there goes Robson, and Luton's taking the field with Ryan. So they are just running their starting 5.
Oh, yeah.
Which is Richard Ansbro, Kevin Cuthbert,
Luton,
Cody Lutens, Corbin Robson, and Thomas Ryan. That is the starting 5 that they're going to be running until the wheels fall off here for the FAU out.
Into his bunker finally. Looks like we have a Knight at the 50 wall. Corbin in his bunker, knows what to do in that bunker. Shutting down the whole snake side. Oh, one of the Knights gets clipped out of the back stand up. First, we also lose Ansbrog on the other side. Man, it's a...
Well, Ryan fills out
Wow.
after doubling up with Lutens. He's going to try to get out and pick up the slack for Richard.
Knights jumping into D2 over there. So the Knights are going to get ready to do a little push on the D side. Man, there's no one on the snake side for either team.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the Knights are the first out here.
Well, the Knights do have a body at the insert bunker on the snake side, and here comes a big move in the center by Robson. He comes and bunkers out the player for UCF in the center, but Lutens dies out of the back center as well, so FAU losing the war of attrition here. I think that's Evans now on the D side at D3 into the red zone. We'll see if Thomas Ryan can do some sort of damage control with Kevin Cuthbert.
Oh man, Ryan going over there and looking to challenge Evans into Dorito as one of the Knights slips into the snake, going to snake 1, snake 2, and then now into snake 50.
Well, since the Knights have a one-body advantage, if I'm either Ryan or Kevin out there for FAU, I'm just trying to hold them off.
Yeah.
Trying to hold them off, hope somebody makes a mistake, get a kill.
Oh, wow.
Oh, but
Snaps out Kevin. Kevin Cuthbert just got snapped out by the snake player.
It's Bedford again.
Yeah, Bedford playing real good right now.
Yeah,
Evans gets clipped out of the Doritos on that side.
Bedford, one of the big reasons that UCF has been so dominant at this event, and now he's trying to finish off Ryan. Only 20 seconds left to go. Thomas Ryan, the last player left alive for the Owls, trying to hold off the attack. He already did get a kill, and we're going to see a major penalty assessed on Thomas Ryan, and that's a
swing.
That's a bad situation for FAU. The last thing that Thomas Ryan wanted to do right now was get his team a major penalty. Zach Daughtry, the coach and alumni and former star for UCF, was just clapping as much as he could when he saw that red flag go up, because now we have a situation where it's going to be a point for UCF. So it's going to be 3-2. And now the Owls have to play down a body for the next minute and 58 seconds on that major penalty, which is going to carry over into the second half. So they are going to be at that disadvantage, and this is a big breath of fresh air for the Knights.
Man, Evans is all over the field. I mean, the beauty about that is he knows every angle all over the field. Some players play the position, you know, snake side, but you shift them over to the Dorito side, they don't know those angles. Fortunately enough for Evans, he's playing everywhere on the field right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's good to have specialists, because and I actually don't think that was Evans. It's somebody wearing a visor like Evans.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that was number 5. I think it's Godo.
Oh, Godo had a game out there.
He's faking us out with the visor.
No, Evans was in there in the beginning, and Godo cleaned up.
Okay,
yeah, you're right.
But still really close game.
Yeah, definitely a really close game.
So let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, that major penalty was on Ryan for FAU. He was hitting the hopper and it sprayed all over his mask, and he played on. So that will be a penalty point that will go to UCF. They will be up 1 point, and FAU will start this next point a body down with Ryan in the box.
You know, Ryan's had a couple. I mean, Ryan's been playing great. I don't want to knock Thomas Ryan too much because he's been carrying a lot of weight for FAU, but he's definitely a little bit of a penalty magnet.
Yeah, he loves to ride the lightning.
He also likes to give the refs a piece of his mind, which does not help give you the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, man, there he is right there.
There he is on your screen.
Pleading his case to his teammates.
It's like, man, I got shot. I didn't feel that.
Oh, man, there's no way he shot me.
I mean, like, a loader hit should have been a minor.
Do you guys want me to try to get in it?
So here comes the replay as Corbin runs down and tries to get that bunker move in the center and is forced to trade out. And there is Kevin Cuthbert.
And he just peeks out into a ball. Cyclops.
I feel like Cuthbert is constantly being put in a situation where he has to keep his head on a swivel.
Yeah.
And there was Ryan. See, this is the penalty right here. So let's see. He's going to get shot in the loader. Ooh, he got bounced right there.
Yeah.
Got bounced in his arm.
He got shot right there.
You see the paint spray off. And unfortunately for the Owls, that 2 minute, so they're going to burn the clock off. There's only 6 seconds left in the first half. They're going to burn that time off and award a full 2 minute major penalty here to the Owls. So Knight's going to be on the power play and up by 1 here in this really close final matchup. And while we are here at halftime, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Boomstick is the next evolution of the legendary die barrel line. Our glass fiber barrels are constructed using the same custom assembly process as our trusted carbon fiber barrels. At the heart of the GF Boomstick is a gun-drilled 303 surgical steel insert, which has an extremely low coefficient of friction, provides the ultimate in durability, and gives you the smoothest surface finish. Two-piece alignment is a critical factor in a barrel's true accuracy. The GF's self-centering angled surfaces ensure proper back-to-tip mating, eliminating tolerance variations in thread wear. Dye's trademark muzzle port design gives the GF unparalleled accuracy and a low sound signature. The GF Boomstick is the most accurate, quiet, and stylish barrel available. With so much performance and versatility engineered into the Dye GF Boomstick, there's no question why it has been the choice of champions around the world for well over a decade.
About to start the second half of action here at the 2017 College Paintball Championships. Before we get into it, let's check in with Lauren. She has an update with FAU.
Thanks, guys. During that halftime, FAU was talking about what they're seeing UCF do. They said that UCF is pushing down that Dorito side, so they need to have 3 guns on the Dorito side. Once they have those 3 guys on the Dorito side, they need to push up the Snake side to try to take back the lead here. Back to you.
Well, this is a game of adjustments, especially at this level. So it's good that they identified that that is what's happening now. It's one thing to make the observation. It's a completely different thing to actually make that happen in the point. And it looks like FAU struggling here as Lavallee gets shot off the break.
Yeah, Lavallee's having a rough one right now.
But look at this, though. Brandon Evans gets shot early again. So one of the big killers.
There.
Yeah, so now it's 4 on 3 as there's still a body in the box. But we might see a penalty here on Robson.
No, is he out? Yeah, he's out.
So Corbin getting a tough shake of it here, Catfish, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely having a rough one right now. It looks like we got some of the Knights trying to talk to each other.
Ooh, running referee coming in, going to be checking out Ludens, and he's going to throw another penalty on FAU. FAU kind of falling apart here.
Yeah.
So they still have a lot of time left, and this game has not run away with itself yet. The minor will come off. They still have, I think, 55 seconds-ish on the, not sure, we have the minors on your screen. There's still a major there, too. So the minor's going to come off. There's a minute 10 on the major. It's a 2-point spread now. And you can see a frustrated and dejected FAU here as they're must not be liking how this is turning out for them here in the past couple points. But the good news for them, 9-11 to go in this match, and they're only down by 2. So if they can just, for me, if I was the coach for FAU, I would say, look, let's get a clean break here. Let's get all 4 guys out. Hopefully get a kill, if not, whatever. Do not die for a minute and 10 seconds. Let's get that 5th body out. Let's try to get a good solid minute of paintball where everyone's playing a little on the conservative side. Now, if I'm UCF, I know that that's probably what FAU is going to be saying, so I'm going to try to take advantage of that. But Central Florida, they're starting to find their mojo again. They're starting to get that momentum, and because they haven't had too much of a test. They did have a big test with Temple, and they rose above. But when you're used to smashing people, and all of a sudden you're in this really hard fight, it's tough sometimes mentally to shift gears and deal with that scramble ball. But let's get another update about FAU with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. FAU is definitely feeling a little defeated here in the pits. Kevin Cuthbert came off the field and just said now they're just beating themselves. It's not that UCF is beating them. They're just beating themselves, not making the moves that they talk about doing and the plan they talk about executing. Back to you.
Well, they need to not be too hard on themselves yet because there's a lot of game to play and only a 2-point spread. But as we've seen all weekend long, when the games, the 2, 3, 4 point margin spread, that's when if FAU can't start fighting back right now, we could start to see the Knights run up the score. So it's going to come down, Catfish. This game will be decided in the next couple points.
Definitely. This is the problem, man. UCF has just been mowing people off the break, and it doesn't change. They're mowing people off the break as well. Yeah, I mean, the Owls need to adjust. They need to figure out, all right, let's stay in the pocket a little longer, let's survive, and let's win a point. Looks like we got Evans coming up to the little camp behind and gets clipped on his goggles.
Evans is riding the struggle bus here in this matchup for the most part. He's had a couple good points, but the two stars I feel are Evans and Corbin Robson. But Corbin Robson gets taken out as well for FAU.
And so does Kevin Cuthbert taking the walk. Looks like two Knights taking the walk as well. Looks like it's a 3-on-2 favor of the Knights.
Yeah, but FAU is going to get that body back in 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Look for the Knights to possibly, one of them get themselves in a position where they can take a shot at that jailbreak when it happens.
Lutens gets out of that back center. And we saw Lutens play the center awesome for FAU to get him to this position. And now he's been mostly utilized as a back player, as a 3. Goes from the 1 in the center to the 3 in the back. And now he's at the insert bunker snake side, gun battling his mirror to try to work his way up the field. But there are only 2 players left alive for the Owls. They're going to get their third back here. I think it is Ryan who's in the box on the left-hand side of your screen, and he is able to make it. So it was good for Lutens to make room for Ryan. Lutens moves up and gets in good position, and then that gives room for Ryan. So now Ryan can just move into that back bunker. Now it's 3-on-3.
Yeah, definitely, and they're spread equally across the field here. And you were right, man. He needed to move out of there so that Ryan can get to a bunker where he's going to live.
The only issue is actually it's about even on. Well, much better field position for the Knights. The Knights have a body at the 50-yard line on the D side, and then he gets the kill cross field. That was a great kill. The player at the center 50 on the D side backs up off of that position to get the cross field shot on Lutens, and now it's a 2-on-3. And immediately after that kill, Bedford gets right into the snake. So Bedford has been very consistent for the Knights on counterpunch paintball. His secondaries and his timing has definitely allowed the UCF Knights to prevail more often than not on this snake side.
And that's what it's all about. You know, you need your support players to step it up. You know, and Bedford's just having a game right now. He's had the last couple points. He's been the equalizer now.
Well, hey, when a guy like Evans is struggling, what do you need? You need another guy to step up.
Yeah, you do.
It's tough out here. You're not going to play great every single game. That's like Archie Montemayor territory. You know, not everyone gets to do that. But, you know, even Archie every, 100th game is going to struggle.
Ansberg taking the walk in frustration right now.
They need to blow that horn. Blow the horn. FAU needs to blow the horn. They're wasting precious seconds right now. Okay, then they finally blow the horn. Wasted probably about 3-4 seconds, and that may not seem like much, but when you're dealing with the 3-point spread and there's 6 minutes and 25 seconds left to go, 3 points can definitely be the difference. I mean, we've seen, you know, look at what happened with the Temple Owls in Central Florida in the semifinal. That was a 1-point game.
Definitely. Man.
Let's get an update now with UCF and Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, UCF down in their pits. Now they're saying that long points are good for them. So you're going to see them playing slower now. They want to wear FAU down as much as they can. So we're going to see them playing pretty safe, playing pretty tight, and trying to play these long points to get the final win.
Well, it's getting tough right now for the FAU Owls. They need to stay focused. That is the most important thing right now. They need to not fall apart mentally. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more action here from the second half.
Want to learn how the pros run a practice and prepare for an NXL event? Go Sports and Paintball Fit have teamed up to give you an inside look at just that. Watch live April 29th and 30th and learn what it takes to play the top level as we sit down with Red Legion, AC Dallas, and Chicago Aftershock. This event is made possible by the following sponsors: Paintball Fit, GI Sports Paintball, Empire Paintball, Carbon Paintball, and PB Swag Bag. Again, live broadcast April 29th and 30th.
Do or die time for FAU. They fought really hard to get here. They had a one-point game against Liberty in order to make it in, and some scrappy play. I mean, that was definitely the word to describe the Owls here at this event, was scrappy.
Definitely.
But right now, the Knights just better, just a little bit better. Every single team that's been losing, so in deeper rounds of the tournament, like Temple, I talked to Coach Ben, and he's like, what'd you see up there? And I was like, you know what, you guys had a really good look. You looked awesome out there, but the Knights were just a little bit better than you at pretty much every level of the game, and he shook his head and he totally agreed. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now. So, but the Owls with 6 minutes and 24 seconds left, a 3-point spread, and now finally back at full strength. If they can play clean, they might have a chance.
Looks like one of the Knights walking off, getting clipped, as well as one of the Owls. Oh, Robson taking the early walk.
Robson
is
just
struggling,
wearing it right now in the
Evans.
finals.
But they lose it. But the Knights lose Evans, so that could be a little bit of an equalizer.
Yeah,
now.
but no, there's 3 bodies coming off for the Owls again. They're really struggling with their survivability. Something that they thrived with has now become an issue for them.
Looks like we got Kevin into Snake 1, Snake 2.
We'll see. Maybe Kevin Cuthbert has an opportunity now to come in here and potentially help out his team. If Kevin can get a kill, if this would be huge. Kevin's in a real good field position, and they finally picked him up now. So he definitely has the ability, because he's in a good spot, to get a kill and help his team out, particularly because the Knights are losing a bunch of bodies all of a sudden. So some bad gunfight deaths, Catfish.
Yeah, definitely some really bad gunfights going on right now. Looks like the Doritos side is blown open for the Knights here, and yeah, they're going to struggle here.
Well, it's 2-on-2. This is anyone's point. 5 minutes and 17 seconds, but this is the point.
Kevin
this is
just slips through on their side of the snake.
Kevin might be playing the hero here.
Oh,
they did not pick him up. If he can get the kill, and he does. What an awesome shot by Kevin.
Oh my God, Kevin, be smart on this one. He needs to peek up.
He's got to get his. I was going to say he's got to stand up.
That's a game right there.
And he's going to potentially close this point out. I think the Owls and Kevin Cuthbert might have just saved the day here.
Yeah,
or at least saved this point. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is still a 2-point spread. They got to get the flag. His Pitt is going crazy, saying go and get the flag and hang it. Preserve that time. They need every second that they can get, as they are still down by 2 with now 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. That's manageable, though.
No, definitely manageable. I mean, it's 4 minutes is a lot of time, especially for these teams that have, a high-powered offense. They're quick, getting these kills off the break.
That was an amazing point for the Owls, and particularly Kevin Cuthbert, man. Kevin kept his head on a swivel, and he's been keeping his head on a swivel this whole game, but he's been always in a bad spot because guys are dying around him. Well, different point, same story. Guys are dying around him, but he was able to keep his head on that swivel. And the reason why he's doing that is he's looking downfield and trying to figure out the variables, and he does. He gets into the 50-yard line, plays smart, gets down low, gets a kill, and is able to finish the point out. So nice work by FAU. Pull within 2. Maybe we can get, let's see, get a replay of this. So there's Kevin on the bottom left-hand part of your screen. Central Florida, that was a little awkward move right there.
I don't know what he was thinking at that point,
well,
man.
I think what he was thinking is there's no one in the snake, so I'm going to come over and bump out to this spot. And then he got destroyed. So both of the 2 stars on these 2 teams, Brandon Evans and Corbin Robson, are not having a good finals match. And there's Evans on your screen. Now, he did a lot of the heavy lifting to get UCF into this position, not taking anything away from the rest of the starting 5. And there's Robson on the opposite side. So, if this were a baseball game, the 4 hitters would be both 0 for 4 right now.
Oh, yeah. It looks like the leadoffs are just leading the team right now.
Yeah, but hey, it takes a team in order, if you want to win a championship, you need to be deep and you need to have multiple threats.
Yeah.
So even though that Thomas Ryan has struggled, even though that Corbin Robson has struggled, I mean, we even really haven't seen that much out of Ansbrough here in the finals, but that last point, I mean, they've played okay, but Kevin stepped up in that last one to keep it close, but still, FAU have only put 3 points on the board. For UCF, Bedford's been doing a great job over here on the snake side. Goto had a good point. Cheatham, he played really well, and Michael as well too.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like we got Evans coming up to that little hand. Oh, Ryan and Andrew taking the walk for FAU. Evans at the wall, taking a bounce, looking for that shot on the snake side, keeping FAU at bay, not going to snake side.
Maybe it's fatigue, Catfish. Think it might be fatigue?
Right now, I think it's frustration. I think they don't understand why they're getting shot out of the break, what's going on. And UCF has been doing this all day long to all different teams, man. It doesn't matter who's in front of them. These guys play each other all the time here down in Florida. And guess what? They know what's coming, but they can't do anything about it now.
But a minor penalty assessed on UCF.
This could be the break that the Owls looking for right now.
It's going to make things a little interesting, though. It looks like they lose another body off that D side. So now it's just Nick Lavoli.
Oh, Nick Lavoli getting smoked out of the stand-up right now. Evans
but Nick
up,
Lavoli dies. So again, just some sloppy moves, getting shot off the break, and when it gets close here, FAU's just losing too many guys. They do have one player left alive, but it's a 1-on-3. And to be honest, I'd probably blow the horn right now. Blow the horn. FAU should blow the horn, preserve the 31 seconds on the minor, and they do. Yeah. But as soon as it had got to a 1-on-3, I would have blown the horn.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that body drop from off that side.
Yeah, definitely would have blown that horn. 3 minutes, 3:21 left in this match.
Well, 3:21. It's a 3-point spread again, and 6-3 score. And now we're looking in the pits, and there's Evans coming off, and we just saw Corbin, and yeah, it's getting tight for the Owls, and it's starting to look a lot better for the Knights, even with that penalty. So there's Robson on your screen here for FAU, just scanning the field, trying to figure out what angle to shoot, and then gets taken out. You know, and just real quick, I want to leave you with this, Catfish. Think about it, is that Robson had looked like he had all the shots figured out in his head. What was he doing there when he got shot? Popping over the top and just shooting a bunch of different angles. Didn't look like he had it figured out in his mind before he was executing with his body. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more of the second half action. Stay with us.
Back. I was standing here in the FAU pits. Corbin has been telling his coach that they need to have a fast play. They cannot stay back in those back bunkers. They need to push down the field as fast as they can to try to get a point here. So we'll see if they can make that happen. Back to you guys.
Quick points is definitely the name of the game right now for the FAU Owls. They have 3:21 to score 3 points. They are in a power play, though, for the next 27 seconds, and they risk it out wide. They risk Kevin out wide, but he gets taken out. So those dreaded off-the-break shots of UCF strike again, and it's now even on the body count. And Cat, it is not looking good for the Owls.
Not looking good, because about 13 seconds, these Knights are going to get their 5th player back out of that box. Looks like they're starting to filter out towards the Dorito side. UCF has been playing really well on that Dorito side, getting those cross-field shots, you know, getting those angles opened up, and they make it to Dorito 3 as I'm talking about how well they're playing down there.
Well, no one on the snake side. There's a body at the mini wall bunker, but for FAU, as you can see the FAU's line, they do have a body up in D2, but they are running out of time. They have to score 3 points just to tie and just control. The name of the two biggest things that the Knights have been great at is just distributing death off the break and control.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a lot of death off the breaks.
Yes, that was the key to victory for them.
Yeah, if anything is the key, like you said, it is their out of the break shots.
But not necessarily in this game. I love the scramble ball we saw at UCF here. And FAU had a couple good scramble ball games too. And what I mean by that is when the game plans are just tossed into the trash because a bunch of guys died and you had to make a scramble move to get to a spot. They're winning those close points, those moments.
Yeah, it looks like the Owls are coming off in droves right now. Looks like it's 2 players alive for the Owls to the 4 players alive for the Knights.
Well, this is when I'm going to stop being hypercritical about Owl players dying in their gunfights trying to make something happen, because that's what they have to do. They are so low on time, and in fact, they are just going to concede it, which is unfortunate because it does give an even bigger lead to the Knights, but really no choice for the FAU coach, because what are you going to do? You're just going to have the 2 players that are left alive out there for you against 4. I mean, the 4 are just going to sit.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely the right call, even though slowly but surely this game is pretty much over.
Yeah, I don't see the Knights doing anything in their next couple of points coming up right here, possibly taking no bunkers, but besides in the gray area. I mean, maybe sending Evans up to the little can because he's been doing good shutting down the snake's eye from that side.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. We talked a lot about Brandon Evans. We talked a lot about Cheatham. We talked a lot about Silverling and Bedford. But just the depth of Central Florida has been impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some standout players there. Michael as well, too.
Yeah.
But the reason why they're winning these games big and shooting lots of guys off the break, it's not just 1 or 2 guys. It's just across the board, a very consistent team. Just been highly impressive here. Let's check in again with Lauren.
Hey guys, Thomas Ryan is here in the FAU pit saying they knew exactly what UCF was going to come out here and do, but they didn't capitalize on that. So now they're down a significant amount, and the only option they have is to push. He says they cannot run any more game plans that don't have them pushing down the field as aggressively as they can.
I absolutely co-sign on what Thomas Ryan just said, because they don't have any other choice. There's no other route to tying this game up other than recklessly running down the field.
Yeah, I mean, that's a minute 43 on the clock, a 4-point decimal.
You can see the frustration on Robson's face there as he just, has that 1,000-yard stare and wondering what happened here in this game. And he was really having a tough go of it out there, trying to make things happen, just not able to do it. So we have a brief moment here before the start of this next point. We'll be right back. Stick with us. Closing moments of this match. Just a minute and 43 seconds left to go, and there is Robson and there's Evans, the leaders of these teams. And the Knights is such an impressive performance here against the scrappy FAU Owls crew, and we've had a lot of close points, but the Knights more often than not prevailing in those moments, and that is why they have a 4-point spread right now. And I mean, Catfish, this game's pretty much over. I'd like to think the FAUs could put together some magical come from behind, potential tie it up, take it to overtime. But the reality of the situation is the dominant Knights, I just don't see FAU with the way they've been playing this game having any chance to score 4 points in the minute and 43 seconds. They could make it interesting and come close, maybe get a couple, but the realistic assessment here is that the Knights have just continuing to do what they've done all weekend long. Shoot bodies off the break, exert control in gunfights, win them way more than they lose them, and then make real sharp moves upfield in those close moments. And it's been impressive to watch the Knights play here at this event.
Yeah, definitely real impressive. I mean, it's funny to me that teams know what they're doing. They're shooting off the break, and still they are getting shot off the breaks. I mean, what are you going to do?
They can't stop it. You know it's coming. You can't stop it. Because even when you do stop it, they shoot you out of their bunker.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like Evans taking the walk. The two Knights coming off.
Well, the one thing that FAU has done right is they have stopped Evans in this game.
Yeah.
Evans has had very little production in this final match, which is also his last college paintball tournament ever.
Oh, Robson just walking off. Must be a real frustrating match for him.
But doubling up that center 50 here is FAU and able to get a quick kill. And they lose 2 bodies, though, as Ansbrough comes off that past the 50-yard line as he moved up. Cuthbert is also at that 50.
Oh,
he wraps
flag.
around. It's going to be a minor penalty on UCF, and that is going to make a quick one. They're yelling at Kevin to run it in quick, and he does. But, okay, now it's a 3-point spread with 57 seconds. Again, just a little too late.
Yeah, that was, I mean, for how much time that was on the clock, that was a long point. That was too long. And, I mean, 4 points in a minute and a half was going to be a very hard thing to do.
But from a tactical perspective, from a strategy perspective, from a personnel perspective, the Knights did a really good job of shutting down the killer, Corbin Robson.
Yep.
Thomas Ryan also struggled a little bit, and he had a couple good points. But Cody Lutens has been playing pretty well in a different position.
Yeah.
He was playing up the center a lot. Ansbrough also, we didn't see a lot out of him. And again, that's why they have only scored 4 points, talking about the FAU Owls. But the Knights, across the board, I think it's fascinating that Brandon Evans, who really, the leader of the team, has struggled mightily here. I mean, FAU's done a great job of shutting Brandon down almost completely, other than maybe 1 or 2 points. But the rest of the crew has stepped up, and they are going to get this championship here. It's just a matter of time. And here is Corbin Robson.
Oh, getting grilled up right there. Nope. Right there.
And pretty much we've been seeing that replay over and over with Robson out there trying to make something happen and just getting taken out doing it. And there's the push coming up on the D side of the field for the Knights as FAU loses a body, and then Kevin switches over, and he's the one that ends up finishing that one out, grabs a flag. Just unfortunately, there's just not enough time for FAU, but the Knights need to be feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah.
With a pretty big lead considering the time. 57 seconds to go. Both teams at full strength here. The question now is this going to be the last point?
It very well could be.
I think we might see another point. I think something crazy might happen because FAU is not going to go quietly. I don't think. I think they're going to probably run 2 up the center, and then run guys out wide. And I think the Knights have been containing those moves nicely this weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
We could see 1 more point. This could be the last one. We'll find out. So on the breakout. Actually, no body's going all the way up to the center 50, but a body dropping for UCF. 2 bodies now drop for UCF, just 3 for them to see if they can hold on.
Robson getting in clean into the snake 1, looking to go to snake 2, but he's kind of high right now. Snake 3, he's up in the snake 50, looking for that shot. Oh, and he shoots Evans, making his way into the wall. 25 seconds left in this match. Oh, looking for that last player to get eliminated.
There still is 1 player left alive for the Knights, and he's trying to hold off the attack from the Owls. The Owls, looks like Kevin gets shot, but Robson's still alive, and Robson's definitely going to be able to get this hang, as Robson is going to jog it in. His pack's pretty much falling off, and he gets it in there. I mean, he's got to be pretty exhausted.
Tired. Yeah, he's really
exhausted. He's played pretty much every point.
Yeah. The combination of him, Luton, and Ryan and Ansberg have played every single point.
Well, that's why I'm wondering, is it fatigue? Do you think it was fatigue? I would like to know that. I mean, I'm going to ask him that actually at the end when we get done, but I'm just wondering right now because, FAU, they hung strong, and there were a lot of close points out there, but we always say you want to win tournaments, win the close points, and that is what they were able to do.
UCF hugging each other out right now, and they should be. I mean, no seconds left now.
No, that is it. A big congratulations to because Corbin hung that flag. I think there was about 3 seconds left, and there's Corbin as he gets up after collapsing after hanging that flag. And I do think the fatigue might have had something to do with the Owls, but I'm not going to take anything away from the Knights. The Knights played an amazing game against a really tough team. A big congratulations to the University of Central Florida Knights as they take the victory here, and they are the champions of the 2017 National Collegiate Paintball Association Championships. It goes to the Knights. But before we sign off, let's check in with Lauren Kelly, and she is down with Ansbrough from FAU.
Thanks, Maddie. I will talk to UCF shortly here, but I am here with Richard Ansbaugh. You guys fought hard, but very few teams were able to answer what UCF brought this weekend. How are you guys feeling going into those last points? You did manage to get 2 quick points. It was just a little too late.
Yeah, I mean, they were just chopping us up. We couldn't keep 5 bodies alive, so we were down on points. Not much time left. We were just trying to make something happen. And, you know, those are our boys. Those are our Florida boys over there. So if we're going to lose to anybody, it's all right that it's them.
All right, well, that's a good attitude. You guys played scrappy in those last 2 points. That's what you've been doing all weekend. So congratulations on your second place finish. Stay tuned. I'll be talking to UCF shortly.
So, yeah, Catfish, as Lauren heads over to talk to the winners. You know, with the Knights, they weren't running crazy game plans. They weren't doing anything insane. They were just playing fundamentally sound paintball. Everything that we talk about when we talk about not only Paintball 101, but Paintball 504, they were doing all that. Yeah. They had good game plans. They were shooting bodies off the break. That was their magic ticket right there, was shooting the bodies off the break, and everyone that's been watching the webcast this weekend knows that. However, it wasn't just the shooting the bodies off the break, because when they got to the deeper rounds, we're talking about the semifinals and the finals, it wasn't just the off-the-break shots. Did those help? Absolutely. Yeah. Did they get them all the time? No, they didn't.
No, not all the time.
It were those moments inner point when it was close, and they were winning more of the close points, and that ended up being the difference.
No, definitely. And I mean, getting those breaks off the break, oh, man, that's key, man. I mean, like you said, they weren't getting it all the time, but they were getting a big portion of the match, definitely.
And again, you know, my hat's off to the entire starting 5 for the Knights, because, you know, Brandon Evans did not have a good final match.
No, not at all.
You know, Brandon Evans was stunting and just having an amazing prelims. He had a great quarters and a good semis, but FAU did an amazing job of shutting him down almost completely here. I mean, he came off early time and time again, but he kept a good attitude, being a leader in the pits. But, you know, it was the rest of the crew from UCF that really stepped up and got them this championship. But how great is that, though?
That's awesome,
you know, I mean,
man.
it's so great to get so many different guys contributing in order to get you guys a championship. It's like when the Cubs won the World Series and David Ross was the one that hit the home run in Game 7 of the World Series. He's the backup catcher. The backup catcher's the hero, and that's similar to what we're seeing out here. Everyone that they put out there, everyone that UCF had that took the field contributed in some way this weekend. And so it was just a great performance. And the favorites did win coming into this event after the first day. Everyone was like, UCF's the team to beat. The question was Texas A&M.
Yeah, this is true.
That was the argument going back and forth. Who looks better, Texas A&M because they were the returning champions, or was it going to be the Knights? So we were having that argument, you know, after the day and during the lunch breaks, and so. But you know what, though? They beat them in the quarterfinals, and they beat them pretty good by 4 points.
Match, bro.
That was an awesome match, but well, yeah, again, I can't say enough about the Knights. They had a phenomenal performance this weekend, and they are the champions. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly and our 2017 College Paintball champions.
Thanks, Maddie. I am here with the NCPA 2017 champions. How did it feel? Congratulations, guys. I know going into that match, FAU, they're your buddies, they're your friends. Is there anything you want to say to them about this match now that you got that first place win?
I just want to say it was a great match. We've been waiting for like 3 years to finally play FAU in the finals. It was a great match. They gave it their all, but you know, UCF is still the best and always will be the best.
Now, I know this was a big game for a lot of you guys who are graduating. Evans, I almost made you cry earlier. Don't cry now. Don't cry now. Gato, you are also a senior. So what does it mean to you to be a senior and have this be your last game with UCF?
This was a huge deal for me. Like I had quit paintball for a while coming into college, came in, and these past 4 years have been the most unforgettable years of paintball. We've won so many championships, and I'm just I don't even know. I don't have any words for it. I love these guys. We fucking tore it up. It was great. It's okay. My bad. But no, I'm proud of all these guys, and I'm just thankful to be able to go out with a bang my last year.
All right. So basically, any high schoolers watching the webcast right now, you know which school and paintball club.
Come UCF.
Actively recruiting.
365 all year. Let's go.
All right. Congratulations, guys. Go celebrate.
So a big congratulations to all the boys that fought so hard for the University of Central Florida Knights, as they are our champions this year. And thank you guys so much for joining us here on the webcast. Again, there's a donation button on the NCAA Paintball page. And hey, man, get your college into college paintball. This is one of the funnest events of the year. I love coming to this event.
Yeah.
Everyone has such a great attitude here. The competition's always tough. The level of play gets higher every year. So again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Don't forget to join us on GoSports.com in a couple weeks, May 5th through the 7th, for the second event of the 2017 NXL season. So it's been a phenomenal weekend. Catfish, it was great to have you up here again.
Yeah, I definitely love being here.
And I can't wait till next year. So I'm Matty Marshall. On behalf of our entire broadcast crew here from Orlando, Florida. We'll see you guys next year.